Welcome to Expand Your Fempire with Caterina Rando, the podcast for women in business on a mission, sharing ideas to support you to grow, lead, and thrive. Now, here's your host, Caterina Rando.
Welcome back to another episode of the Expand Your Fempire podcast. I'm your host, Caterina Rando, and I am blessing to be with you today because we have a very hot topic. What I want to talk to you about today is strategies for you to be more productive, have more soaring sales, and bliss more in your business while working from home. Because this is such a big topic, I have so many super tips for you and things to support you to bliss and thrive more in your business while working from home. We are going to take 2 episodes for this. Today's episode is going to be part 2. Okay, my friend, we're continuing now with more strategies for you to embrace to bliss and thrive more when you are working from home. That's what I want for you. One of the things, I was talking about this today in my sales class. I want to make sure that you are paying attention to the numbers in your business. One of the things that happens when we work from home is there's so many distractions and there's also so many to-dos in your business and aside from your business that gals are not taking enough time sometimes to look at the numbers. I want to make sure that you are setting goals for how many sales conversations you want to have every week, that you are making a plan, that you're blocking out that time on your calendar. I want to share with you, though, my specific equation that I want to recommend you follow. Because if you want, let's say, 10 new clients this month, I follow what I call a 4x4x4 equation to get those 10 clients. If I want 10 clients, I'm going to times that number by 4, and that comes out to 40. That means I'm going to have 40 conversations. Here's where you say, Caterina, that's too many. No, it's not, because that's only 10 a week. And I hope that you're talking to at least 12 people a week, if not 15 people a week. And the reason is because not all conversations really are sales conversations. Some of them are connection calls, some of them are consideration calls, and some of them are closing calls. Sometimes we get lucky and a connection call turns into a consideration call and a closing call. However, you don't know what's going to happen before you get on the phone. If you want 10 new clients this month, you're going to times that number by 4 and have at least 40 conversations, but you don't have to do them all in 1 week. I want you to be talking to at least 12 to 15 people a week. Now, you say, okay, Caterina, that sounds good, but how do I get that many appointments? That's where the next 4 comes in. You take that 40 and you times it by 4, and that comes out to 160. 160 reach outs. Reach outs. What is a reach out? It is reaching out to someone to see if they want to talk to you. Reaching out to past clients. Reaching out to potential clients. Reaching out to people through DMs on Facebook and LinkedIn and Insta, whatever platform you're using, and inviting them to a workshop or inviting them to a conversation. I recommend, if you've hung out with me at all before, I recommend that you start by having a brief connect call and then invite them to a workshop where you can build influence. At the time they say, yes, they want to come to the workshop, book that follow-up call also to talk to them after the workshop to get your new clients. Now, this is a lot of time for reach outs and a lot of time for conversations. That's how you get clients. And I'm sure, my friend, if you are not getting the number of clients you want, you are not talking to enough people. How this relates to working from home is you've got to, at home, track your numbers. You can do this on your laptop, or you can do it on your wall, which is also fine. Something visual will help you do even more. Okay, next one. I hope in your business that you are embracing and leveraging technology. Now, when we think of technology, we think of maybe ChatGPT or the latest technology. There's other more simple things like an online calendar to send people a link to book a time with you. Having a wall calendar, which is where you can see the whole year at once so that you don't put too many events all together on your calendar, and you can block out time for family, you can block out holidays, you can see everything, and it's a tool that helps you be more proactive versus reactive. There's all kinds of technology, more advanced, more simple, that can support you to be more effective and efficient. And look at what technology tools you've been thinking about to try them. I'm sure you have a CRM, a client management system, or client management software. If you don't, make sure you get some, because we want to run our business like a business. And that means we have some automation. However, make sure that you're being high touch, not just high tech in your business. That's why I don't believe in only email marketing in terms of reaching out to your list. I believe in DMing, direct messaging to people, because that is personal. I believe in text messaging if you know them more, not people you don't know. I don't think it's good to text people you don't know. That's what DMs are for. If you know them and you're closer to them, then you send them a text. You can still send a phone call. That's what I like to call the double dip, where you send a DM and you leave a message. You can also use the audio messaging feature in direct messaging, which is great when people can hear your voice and your enthusiasm for connecting with them. Now, how this relates to working from home is I want you to block all that time on your calendar. And let me say this to you. I want you to block time for sales and reach outs on your calendar. And if you're not happy with your sales, then you want to block out more time. If you want 30% more, block out 30% more, meaning 30% more sales. If you want 50% more sales, block out 50% more time. If you want 100% more sales, block out 100% more of the time that you're spending on sales. So if you're spending 5 hours a week, do 10 hours a week. Now, I know I'm giving you more stuff to do, but let's be clear. In the beginning of a business, or in a period where you're not having sales, that's where you want to put your attention, because that is where the scaling of your business comes from. That's where new revenue in your business comes from. And revenue is required, and more revenue is required to grow and scale and bliss in your business. In order to give yourself more time, you're going to have to be more strategic with your time. And you're going to have to be more protective of your time. Time is the resource that you cannot renew. I just got asked today, hey, Caterina, can you make this call on this day? We're going to talk about whatever it is we're going to talk about. Let me tell you something. You know what I responded? I said, you know what? That is right after my Fempire summit. I cannot commit to adding a call. Now, the truth is, I have the time on my calendar, but that time is in a few weeks, and that time is for sales conversations. Sales conversations are my priority. Yes, I love connecting with the ladies, and yes, I love the personal discussion, and I love the masterminding that we're going to do. And I love all that. But my priority the week after Fempire, what's my priority? Sales. I want to emphasize with you that you have to be protective of your time, because you have to focus on your priorities. I say to my gals, what are the revenue producing activities? Those are the activities that you want to make sure are getting your attention. Related to this, you want to look at how You can diminish or eliminate distractions. You really want to look at where are you spending your time? Are you getting ROI on your time? What do I mean by ROI on your time? Where are you investing your time? And is that time that you're investing in this committee or this class or this networking group or this get together group, is it giving you the results that you wanted? Now, maybe you joined this group to be more engaged in your community, and that result you are getting. Maybe you joined it to get more clients. Are you getting that result? Maybe you joined it to fill your cup and stay connected to amazing women and have better mental health and to be more uplifted. That's great. If you're getting the results you wanted, great. Sometimes what happens with gals, though, is we add groups, we add activities, we add committees, we add projects. And when we start, we think it's going to take, a few hours a month, and it starts taking more time and more time. And you have to always be constantly looking. Am I getting the return on my investment that I wanted? And I pay a lot of attention. What is on my calendar that I'm leaving that activity less uplifted than when I showed up? That is enough of a reason to get it off my calendar. My girlfriend, I hope you are hearing me on this. If you're not uplifted, then it's bringing you down for your business. Make sure you're with people and engaged in activities that are lifting you up. Bing, bing, bing. Now, related to that is look and see where you want to be uplifted. I want you to get together with the gals that uplift you and do some co-working. Co-working, as you know, is we get together on Zoom or we get together live and in person and we work together. You start by everyone introduces themselves and you say what you're going to do and however much time you have. And then you put your head down and you do whatever it is you said you were going to do. And then at the end of that time block, 2 hours, 90 minutes, 1 hour, you report back and you all celebrate what you all accomplished. And then, depending on how much time you're taking for co-working, you do another time block and you do the same thing. In a couple of days at my center, I'm hosting co-working, inviting gals to come, connect, meet some gals, and put our heads down and work. Virtual or live and in person, co-working is great. But if you're working from home, you're not necessarily needing to go to a co-working location, although you might want to do that sometimes in your area. If you have a great co-working space, work most of the time from home and every week go maybe once or every 2 weeks, go and hang out at the co-working space. Or invite gals to come hang out with you at your place. Or invite gals to join you in a Zoom room once a week, twice a month, whatever you decide, for some co-working, because I promise you, you will be more focused and more in action than if it's just you by yourself when you tell the gals, hey, we're doing some co-working, and you tell them what you're going to do in that time block. I love co-working. I think it's phenomenal, and I encourage you to have more of it in your life, virtual or live and in person. Okay, take a deep breath with me. Now, we have talked about so many things, but you know me, I got a lifetime supply for you. I'm going to give you a few more. I'm going to remind you that there's a handout with more tips than we have time to talk about that is available to you. The link is in the show notes. It's also on my CaterinaRando.com/links page. By the way, while you're there, sign up for my upcoming free workshop on speaking, on scaling, on selling, on retreats. I like to do one around Valentine's Day on wear your heart all over your business. I usually do something for the new year. I would love to see your smile on the screen. I would love to support you in a workshop setting to get some more ideas so that you can bliss and thrive more, not only working from home, everywhere in your business. Okay, let me give you a few more super tips before we wrap up. I want you to remember that perfection is not required and it's not encouraged. And one of the things that sometimes happens when we're working from home and we don't have the deadlines that we would have if we were at a job and the boss says, I need this by 5 o'clock. Sometimes when we're working from home and we're our own boss, we take more time for things than they need because we are not willing to finalize things until we feel like we got it so right. And I'm saying to you, enough with the research and the figuring everything out and taking all the extra time. Give yourself a deadline and keep that deadline. Okay, this is going to take me 20 minutes. Okay, this is going to take me 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do this on Friday, and write it down what you want to get out on Friday. Now, sometimes things do take longer, but start to notice if you're taking too much time for tasks because you're afraid of releasing them, or you're even just a little uncomfortable releasing them when you don't know if it's 100% right. Like, social media is a great place for this. Take 5 minutes to do your post, not 50 minutes. Okay? Very, very important, because that is something that can help you with revenue in your business, but it's also taking away from other things when you're taking so much time for it. So please start to do this with yourself, because this is a big thing working from home gals can have a challenge with, because we don't have any deadlines set by anybody else. Related to that, my friend, take regular breaks. I want you to take a lunch break. Now, it doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 20 minutes. It can be 30 minutes. Take a break. Eat something. Drink plenty of water. You're probably not drinking enough water, even though working from home, it's easier. Make sure you have a big cup. One of the things working from home is you can have one of those huge water bottles on your desk. It can be plastic, it can be metal, it can be ceramic, a big container of water that you fill 3-4 times a day so you get plenty of water. Because, my friend, a hydrated entrepreneur is a thriving entrepreneur. Also one that is prioritizing their self-care, that good night's sleep, that exercise, that hydration, that good food. All of these things help you have more effective time when you are working from home. I hope that you are spending time with loved ones, ideally every day, but if not, every other day or every few days. One of the things you have to watch for if you are working from home is not leaving the house. Make sure you are getting out, ideally every day. If not, occasionally there's a day you don't get out. You really want to get out every day. Go for a walk, go to the beach, go somewhere, because otherwise you may start to have it impact your mental health. And be with people, please. Don't only be by yourself. Now, I know a lot of us are ambiverts. We like a lot of individual time, or you may be an introvert. You know what the right equation is for you. Make sure you're with people as much as you know really supports you to be with people. We really have to watch this sometimes when we're working from home. Too many days not leaving the house. My friend, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm going to begin to wrap up and say, remember, you've got to be your own best success coach. You've got to be your own best friend. I want you to make sure that you are really putting attention on maintaining a positive disposition in all of this, because your mental health, your positive disposition is essential for you blissing in your business, and have those things that you know support you. I know if I don't do my self-care things, my attitude is impacted. I know if I don't have things that I'm doing, or for me, being with people I love is very cup filling. Speaking is very cup filling. Talking to gals about their business is very cup filling. All of those things help me feel phenomenal to do my business. What are those things that make you feel phenomenal? Do those more when you are having a potential mental health challenge. And you know what? It's okay not to work. Take a break and go fill your cup with whatever it is works for you. And the last one I'm going to say, there's a couple more in here for you, which I'm going to leave in the handout for you to explore on your own. The last one I'm going to say is celebrate your wins daily. At the end of the day, what are all the things that went great today? You know, one of the things that happened for me today, I went to my favorite place to have a beauty treatment, and I thought I lost one of my mom's earrings. I was a little distressed because my mom passed away, so I have this lovely pair of pearl earrings that she gave me. They're long fashion pearl earrings. They're not real pearl earrings, but they look really cute. And today was the first day I wore them. I went to this appointment. I looked in the mirror as I was leaving. I only had one earring. I was like, oh my God, I lost my mom's earring that she gave me that I love. Looked all over the place, couldn't find it. Then I got home and it was on my desk. I must have pulled it off earlier in the day. That made me so bliss. That's a win. I got a parking space. Insta in a very busy area. That was a win. I talked to a great new gal. I met a great new gal today. We had a nice conversation. That's a win. Look for all the wins in your day. Celebrate them at the end of the day. Because of course I want you to get more sales. Of course I want you to get more speaking. Of course I want you to serve more people. But at the same time, life offers you many wins and celebrations. And I hope that you are taking time to focus on those, not the negative things, because there's going to be disappointment and challenges du jour. Forget about those things. At the end of the day, celebrate your wins. My friend, I am celebrating you. What I want you to do now is review what we've discussed and pick a couple things for you to work on. Because my friend, listening is one thing. Action is what is going to make a difference for you. Pick a couple things to work on and get started right now. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Expand Your Fempire podcast. We've got tons of episodes for you. I'm hoping that you're subscribing to this podcast because I got a lifetime supply. I had a gal tell me, Caterina, I listen to your podcast twice a day. That made me super blessed. I want to encourage you to listen to all of our episodes. They are info-packed. I've got so many super tips for you. I want to be your partner in thriving in your business and blissing more in your business. Connect with our amazing Thriving Women in Business community. Come to our retreats, come to our center, come to our free workshops. That's always a great place to start because you, my friend, have massive value to bring. I'm here and my amazing community is here to support you to bliss and thrive and flourish more in your business. Can't wait to be with you again, live and in person, on Zoom, or right here with our Expand Your Fempire podcast. Sending you much love, sending you much inspiration, and much bliss for you in your business. This is Caterina Rando. We'll talk again soon. Bing, bing, bing.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Expand Your Fempire with Caterina Rando.